I mean, the landscape is an evolving one and a very dynamic one at the moment, fundamentally due to the underlying commercial drivers in the market at the moment with increasing interest rates, but it also a very competitive global landscape for capital means that when you're transacting on real estate deals here in Australia, it's always had to be done quickly, but I feel like, and at one point I thought surely it can't get any quicker, but I'm being amazed on each and every other deal that I'm doing at the moment. Things just keep getting quicker. During COVID, we saw deals being signed quicker, new ways of working and transacting. The infrastructure around getting a deal done has become a lot more simplified and efficient. So what does that mean for us mere mortals in the law? That is that we've got to move quickly as well. You could go 24 hours and go from a deal being on to a deal being off. So what we want to be able to do in the best interests of our clients, but also us as a business, is to make sure that we're helping facilitate those deals in a way where we're not getting caught in the nitty-gritty or in the legalese, unless of course they're very important issues and our clients want us to go there, very happy to. But there's never been a better time to take a more commercial and pragmatic lens to negotiations, and also doing things in a consistent way. So here at Minters, particularly when we're conveying large-scale office, industrial, retail assets, we've developed a national precedent sale contract. So we as a house are able to go to our clients and say, these are the positions that we think are market, and they are market tested. And here's 5 or 6 different ways in which we've been able to navigate this issue with a range of different counterparties. So it's a little bit choose your own adventure, but at the end of the day, it means that we're not having to reinvent the wheel for every negotiation. And so that makes life easier for us, but more importantly, and quite frankly, it makes life easier for our clients, and the deals get done too. The simple answer is yes, but it can be mitigated. What will get deals done quicker is talking about this compliance stuff upfront, disclosing codes of conduct or policies upfront, because they're quite voluminous. The question is, how do we get ahead of it sooner rather than later? Again, through that lens of we're in a market where people want to do deals and they want to do them quickly. So we don't want to spend all this time agonising up to the 11th hour and then have to deal with compliance issues at the end. Let's deal with it all at the start. As difficult and as burdensome as it might be, it'll make life a whole lot easier for everyone involved at the end. There is going to be a massive shift in how the real estate sector transacts. And I'm not just talking about buying and selling of assets. Leasing is another big aspect of this that I think we're going to see some massive change with AI. It's going to make us a whole heap more productive, and our clients are going, this is going to be baseline stuff moving forward. So for us to get that confluence of content around AI and a consistency of purpose to be able to say, we've got a tool we've got an appetite, because they can be two very distinct things. You can have the tools but not have an appetite. You need to really have both to really make this a winner. And so if we can use AI and harness AI in collaboration with our clients to, say, prepare a sale contract in 20 minutes rather than 2 hours. Not only is it cheaper for the client, but you get things done quicker, which is the ethos of the industry at the moment. So that to me, through an AI lens, really, really exciting, and there's more to come on that. So I think this is just really just us dipping our toe in the water, but I think as time goes on, there'll be a lot of extra things we can say and do about it. We're seeing a lot of our clients now bringing that ESG lens into everything that they do, of course, but through a real estate lens as well. So how does that manifest itself? Well, a couple of different ways. When you get stuck in a sale contract negotiation, usually the last thing you talk about are seller warranties. Now we're talking about codes of conduct, or green lease schedules, or ethical supplier guidelines, all of which are entirely relevant, entirely necessary to have. But let's consider this through a real estate lens. If the code's not followed, how will you know it's not followed? But even if you do and there's a breach, do you want to terminate your lease? of 20,000 square metres where all your people come to every day to work? Do you want to crash the deal that you've spent, or the acquisition of an asset that you've spent 4 months trying to consummate? Do you want to be able to terminate that even though it delivers great financial returns? These are really, in my mind, existential questions for our clients to kind of go, yes, we want to be good corporate citizens. Yes, we need to have an ESG policy that is first class. And we absolutely support that. It's trying to navigate that maze of ticking those boxes, but also being able to get the deal done at the same time. And I think as an industry, whether it's a lease or a sale contract, it's something that we are maturing in as we go. We as an industry, and in terms of getting better and having these conversations about, yes, you need it, but what do you want it to say? And then drafting it through a pragmatic lens, I think, is super important. And that's where we can add the most value. What we're seeing now are capital inflows into real estate assets are being determined on how green is your building. What are you doing with your development that makes it environmentally friendly, but also sustainable? And that can manifest itself in two primary ways: access to that capital full stop, or access to capital at a lower cost that allows it to certain developments to get up. So if you can get capital in the door to get your developments off the ground that cost you less, and it's a sustainable building at the end of the day, everyone wins.